Hey guys, so before I get into this video, I just wanted to say that this is going to be split up into two parts. Now, the main thesis idea of this video is why Black Ops 2 is the greatest of all time. I got talking and I realized I can't fit it all into one video. So the first one is going to be basically comparing Jason Blundell to Jimmy Zelinski. That's going to be this video right here. The second part of this video, which I'll hopefully be uploading the day after this one comes out, so tomorrow, is going to be looking at all the maps specifically and breaking them down. So looking at Transit, looking at Die Rise, looking at Buried, looking at what makes Black Ops 2 so unique and so amazing. So anyways, guys, this is why Black Ops 2 is the greatest zombies game of all time, part 1. Now, there's a lot of Call of Duty zombies games. We have World at War, Nazi zombies. We have Black Ops 1, 2, and 3. We have Exo zombies as well as Infinite Warfare. Black Ops 2 zombies, it stands well above every other single one of these game modes, even Black Ops 3. So of all the things, all the reasons that Black Ops 2 could potentially be the best. Think about the storyline, the gameplay, the weapons, the maps, the setting, the characters. Amongst all that, that is not why I'm saying Black Ops 2 is the best. The simple answer, which I'll expand upon in a little bit, is simply balance. I'm gonna come back to this saying a lot, but it's the balance of order and chaos. Jason Blundell and Jimmy Zelinski. So just to backpedal on that a little bit, Jason Blundell was the map maker for all of Black Ops 3, Origins, Mob of the Dead, and Jimmy Zelinski was like all of Black Ops 1, Transit, Die Rise, and Buried. The Black Ops 1 series was completely led by Jimmy Zelinski. Black Ops 3 was led by Blundell. However, the thing that makes Black Ops 2 stand out, and is ultimately the reason I say it is the best, is because it was led by both of these men. Now, on the surface, it's really easy to say, well, Zelinski maps are just not as good as Blundell maps. I think that's like what a lot of people like to say, and I've even said it myself, and I have to retract that statement. I've come to believe that Jimmy Zelinski and Jason Blundell not only have very different styles for creating zombies maps, but in fact, they actually have very different ideologies of how zombies should play. First, let's look at Jimmy Zelinski. Now, I'm not going to include World at War on this. I only want to look at the Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2 maps under his lead. What are the first things that you think when you think of a Jimmy Zelinski map? Transit, Die Rise, Buried, Moon, Shangri-La, Call of the Dead, okay? You think of a very chaotic, random sort of map where you don't really know what you're going to get going into it. And that is really essentially the root of zombies, as the original Knocked map literally just had a box and you hit it and you don't know what you're going to get. Jimmy Zelinski, I feel like, expanded upon that idea with things like random perk drops, all that kind of stuff where you don't really know what you're getting. Even when you're hitting the mystery box in Black Ops 2 on, let's say, Transit, what guns do you think on that map? You think of the SMR, the War Machine, but then you also think of, oh, but I could also get a Mark II. To me, that is the essence of a Jimmy Zelinski map. The potential for things to go really well or really bad. And a lot of that all relies on luck. Now, the truth is, this has resulted in a lot of maps that people don't like, such as Transit, where it's just so ridiculous and chaotic. You're running through the fog, you don't know what's going on. And on top of all of that, the Easter eggs are just so bizarre when compared to a Blundell Easter egg. You see, Jimmy Zelinski's Easter eggs are like very random. You gotta pull switches and just do trial and error. All this different stuff that, you can go in and you could finish this in 7 minutes, or it could take 4 hours. Which is going to take us over to Jason Blundell being the exact opposite in ideologies. Jimmy Zelinski liked chaos, that unknown factor that made zombies always a different experience. You never know what you're gonna get from one of those maps. Jason Blundell, on the other hand, had a very, and honestly completely opposite viewpoint on these maps. Have you guys noticed that in all the Black Ops 3 zombies maps, and even a little bit on Mob and Origins, the box weapons seem to be much more standardized? Like, you're probably going to get something pretty good, but it's not so much like greatest weapon ever or SMR. It's just like a much smaller area of like relatively all pretty good guns. But to go even further with that idea, if you really think about it, the Easter eggs are all very straightforward and there's not a lot of random number generation in it. So like Rise and Drag, for example, you build your bow, you upgrade it, you go back in time, you put the fuse in the thing, you switch it to here, you do this thing. It's very linear. You know exactly what's going to happen with a lot of these Easter eggs. But what's really weird about both of their ideologies for how zombies should work is Jimmy Zelinski's maps were meant to be chaotic. Yet because of that induced chaos, there was almost a balance and an order that you knew going into that this is going to be a weird experience. And Jason Blundell, on the other hand, this is meant to be order, but he wanted to invoke a little bit of chaos, which is things like spawning a Panzer on you, or Brutus, or Mangler, or the Thrasher. Have you noticed that all Blundell maps have a mid-tier boss that spawn in and completely throw everything off? So ultimately, what I'm getting at is Jason Blundell and Jimmy Zelinski are the yin and the yang of zombies. All right, so that's fine to say. Jimmy Zelinski is chaos with a dose of order, and Blundell is order with a dose of chaos. So then you may ask, why does that make Black Ops 2 the greatest zombies game of all time? Well, a lot of you might see where I'm going with this. So Black Ops 1 was created entirely by the lead of Jimmy Zelinski, and Black Ops 3 was created entirely by the lead of Jason Blundell. But what about Black Ops 2? Well, Black Ops 2 was actually a transitionary phase for this lead role. Jimmy Zelinski made Transit, Buried, and Die Rise. Jason Blundell made Origins and Mob of the Dead. For the longest time, I always thought that Black Ops 2's Origins and Mob of the Dead were the greatest maps of all time, and all those other Zelinski maps, like, those are weird, and I don't like them. The truth is, though, is that Mob of the Dead and Origins for their time were a breath of fresh air in the zombies community. We had nothing but these Zelinski-styled maps, and then we got a taste of the Blundell maps. The truth is, though, now that I've seen a game full of nothing but Blundell maps, I feel like I can see and look at this a little bit more clearly. So getting down to this, guys, basically the reason why Black Ops 2 is the best, in one sentence, is there is a balance of chaotic and ordered maps. And more importantly, the reason Black Ops 2 Zombies is the greatest zombies game mode of all time is that every single map provides you with a different experience. Every single map is not only unique in its setting, but is also unique in its gameplay and its style. Not only does Black Ops 2 provide you with different wonder weapons and storylines and settings, but it provides the player with unique individual experiences on every single map. And not only does it do that, but it actually incorporates every single idea from every other single zombies map into one game mode. What I'm getting at is the experience of one Black Ops 2 Zombies map can represent an entire game of any other Call of Duty Zombies map. So ultimately what I'm getting at is Black Ops 2 provides you guys and myself, the Zombies player, with a vastly diverse experience of different zombies maps. Every single map has something different to offer. So let's say you loved Black Ops 1, you loved Kino and that was your stuff. Well, if you liked those style of maps, guess what? There's gonna be something in Black Ops 1 for you. Maybe you only started playing zombies in Black Ops 3 and you love the style of Jason Blundell, the quests and all the buildables and everything being so straightforward yet still challenging. Maybe that was what you loved. Well, if you liked Black Ops 3, you're going to love Mob of the Dead and Origins. And ultimately, that's why it's the best, is because it's something for everyone. You could love Black Ops 3, that's your favorite game mode, but then you'll probably like some Black Ops 2 maps. You could love Black Ops 1, and you'll love some Black Ops 2 maps. Everything and anything that you could like about zombies is somewheres in Black Ops 2. Okay, so I just went on like another 30-minute tear, basically breaking down every single map, and I'm realizing that I don't want this to be like a 30-minute long video. So what I'm gonna do, guys, is I'm going to end it right here. Basically, the point of this video is looking at the balances between the two map creators, Jimmy Zelinski and Jason Blundell, and just looking at how their maps vary and how their styles are different. In part 2, which will be up hopefully tomorrow, there'll be a link down in the description for you to go watch it. I'm going to break down each Black Ops 2 Zombies map individually, okay? I'm going to tell you why every map is good in its own respect, even Transit. I know it's going to be hard to believe, but there are some qualities about Transit that make it a good map. I know that sounds crazy, but trust me. It's not an Origins, it's not a Mob of the Dead, it's not a Dryzen Drac, it's not even a Keynote or Toten. But it has qualities that make it good in certain aspects. So that's what we'll talk about in the next video. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this part. Let me know what you think. Do you prefer the Jason Blundell maps or the Jimmy Zelinski maps? I feel like most people that you guys, you're probably going to go with Jason Blundell because obviously Black Ops 3 is the new game mode. But I know there's a lot of people that have nostalgia for the Black Ops 1 maps. So, hope you guys enjoyed. If you're new to the channel, feel free to subscribe. Yes, this is a Perkaholic sweater. I know, it's pretty freaking zesty. Anyways, guys, thank you for coming to this video. Had a lot of fun making it. I look yellow, man. I look yellow. Anyways, peace out, you freaking nerds. I will see you guys in part 2.